Hey friends, how are you doing? This is Dr. Annette Durbin from the Digital Teacher blog. And today what I'm going to do is to share with you a model lesson that you could use for students that's focusing on word study. We're going to use a piece of children's literature, and I'm going to model for you how you can use this piece of literature to provide some support for students who are developing language skills focusing on rhyming. So I'm going to use the text. The text is called All Are Welcome, and it is by Alexandra Penfold and Suzanne Kaufman. And we're going to go through the story. I'm going to share with you how you could use this as a lesson for your students. As I go through the text, you will certainly notice that the way the author has written it is in the format or the genre of poem. And as the story unfolds, you'll be able to obviously hear that there is a lot of rhyming words throughout the story. So if you're teaching younger students, when you're reading the story, you could have them raise their hand, and whenever they identify or hear a word that rhymes with another word, you could write the words on chart paper, and you could use that as an anchor chart in your classroom as you're supporting students developing their language skills. Another thing that you can do for older students who are still struggling with some of this language, or you could have them write what they hear, the words that they hear, in a word study notebook. And then for either group of students, depending upon their level of ability, you could either write the words down from the book onto a piece of paper and have the students cut those out and complete a word sort. You could also have students just complete a word sort on a graphic organizer that you have prepared. You could also have the students then define what those words mean and use them in sentences. You put them in ABC order as additional lessons to support the language development of the students. This would be under the umbrella of word study. I also have 2 additional lessons that I will be sharing with you. One is about writing, how to use the same book for writing lessons, and how to use the same book for reading lessons. Stay to the end of the video and you will find 20 plus lessons that focus on developing literacy skills for students. And this is a free resource that I'm excited to share with you so that you can also learn to use children's literature as a way to provide an instruction and value for your students. All right, let's get into the story. As I read the story, I will be pausing along the way to help you as a teacher to do that think aloud with your students. All Are Welcome. All Are Welcome by Alexandra Penfold and Suzanne Kaufman. So boys and girls, as I read this story, what I would like for you to do is to listen to the words that the author is using, and we're going to identify words that sound the same or words that are rhyming. Let's take a look at this picture. Girls, what is it that we see? And you can call on some students and have them participate and share what they see is happening in the picture. Then read, pencils sharpened in their case, bells are ringing, let's make haste. School's beginning, dreams to chase, all are welcome here. Great. I see some of you are listening to the words that the author is sharing, and I see some hands raised. And here you can call on some students to see what words they hear are the same. No matter how you start your day, what you wear when you play, or if you come from far away, all are welcome here. And here you will also have more students raise their hand, and they will identify words that sound the same or words that rhyme. Again, you can be writing these words on a piece of chart paper. Students can write these words in their word study notebook, but you're going to continue writing these words down that the students hear that are evidence of rhyming. In our classroom, safe and sound, fears are lost and hope is found. Raise your hand, we'll go around. All are welcome here. Gather now, let's take part. We'll play music, we'll make art. We'll share stories from the heart. All are welcome here. Time for lunch, what a spread. A dozen different kinds of bread. Pass it around till everyone's fed. All are welcome here. And here you'll notice that when students identify spread, bread, and fed, the EA makes the E sound. It's a great teaching opportunity when you do the word sort of looking at different phonograms that make the E sound. Open doors, rush outside. We will swing, we will slide. We'll have fun side by side. All are welcome here. We're part of a community. Our strength is our diversity, a shelter for adversity. All are welcome here. We will learn from each other. Special talents will uncover. There's a big world to discover. All are welcome here. So much to learn, so much to do, and when the busy day is through, can't wait to come back, start anew. All are welcome here. And again, here with do, through, and anew, this is another opportunity to talk about the oo sound when you do the word sort with the students. So depending upon the grade level or the age level that you're working with will determine how in-depth you go with the rhyming words and the different phonogram sounds that make similar sounds. Head for home to get some rest and greet tomorrow ready and fresh. Our time together is the best. All are welcome here. And students might be thinking they have to listen carefully to rest, fresh, and best, and to make certain they identify that fresh does not rhyme with rest and best, although it does have the same vowel sound. So just be aware of that whenever students are thinking about words that rhyme, because sometimes in the passage there are 2 words that rhyme or 3 words that rhyme. So it could be a little tricky for some students. You have a place here. You have a space here. You are welcome here. And that's the end of the story. All right, so I hope that you can see how you can use the story, All Are Welcome. And this is a great piece of children's literature that you can use to teach some literacy skills. And today's lesson, we're focusing on word study. And with the lesson today, you can, depending upon the age of the students and the goal that you have for the students, what you will do is then design that next step. So whether that next step is adding additional words to the word chart, whether it is taking a look at sorting the words into different categories, and then looking at the phonograms, because sometimes we have like the EA phonogram makes the F sound as well as a short F, the single E. So identifying those are also helpful depending upon the age of your learners. All right. So as promised, what I want to share with you is a free resource that uses this piece of children's literature and it focuses on developing literacy skills for your learners. It's a free resource, and I will place a link to this resource in the show notes below. And you can see that my focus is on using children's literature to teach literacy skills, whether it's word study, reading, or writing. And this resource is jam-packed full of lesson ideas and inspiration to help you. So I have a guide on how to use this resource, as well as numerous lessons for reading and more reading lesson ideas, and also some writing lesson ideas here. There's also extension lessons and celebrations, whether you're using this as a book for one lesson or it's part of a larger unit. And also, geography and map skills. It's a great way to build classroom culture. Here are some celebration ideas that I've used. Night at the Museum and Passion Projects, another great resource to use. Way to celebrate learning. And here I am also including an instructional technique called lifting text. And I show you step by step on how to lift text and use it as an instructional tool. You'll see that I have the text typed and I also have the numbers afterwards, and you'll understand the reason why I did that. That is totally optional if you use that, but it is there for you depending upon the focus for your lesson. And so we have all the text here so that you don't have to type it out again. I just did that for you to make it easy. And then some related resources. So again, if there's part of a larger unit, I have a history of me unit and a name writing unit. that this would be a great resource to use with that. So check out my Teacher Pay Teacher store for more information. Also, let's stay connected because I share every week. What I like to do is to share additional resources that teachers can use, whether you're a public school, private school, or homeschool educator, even parents. Parents can also pick up this children's literature book and use it to provide some additional support for their students that they have at home. So I hope that you did find some value in this resource. And again, the link to download this resource is in the show comments below. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have and to support you in the work that you do with your students. All right, there you have it. So this is a great opportunity to learn how to use a piece of children's literature, all are welcome, for your students. So again, this is a word study lesson. I also have a writing and a reading lesson. Again, in the show notes below, you will be able to find the link to get access to a free resource that's going to have more than 20 different lesson ideas that you can use to provide some literacy instruction for your students, whether you're a private, public, homeschool, or a parent. Anyone who uses children's literature or reads to students, reads to children, can use these resources to support their learning and literacy development. All right, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. And again, my name is Dr. Annette Durbin from the Digital Teacher Blog. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.